Okay, it's happening. Hey everybody, this is Freya. She's gonna leave now. It's time. Okay, bye. All right, welcome to the color portion of the live stream I started last Thursday. I didn't get around to color, so let's get started. Where is the chat? Where's my chat? I gotta bring up the chat. You know, this one's going to be a little bit of a mess because I don't have the microphone I had before. I don't have the lights I had before. There's cables everywhere. There's cats everywhere. And I don't have the chat up. But here it comes. It's coming right now. Doo-doo-doo. Anyway, I hope this sounds all right. At least we don't have the music doubling going on in the background because there's no music. There's no music today. All right, there we go. It's happening. Anyway, I hope this sounds all right. At least we don't have the music. Hey everybody. Oh, well, there we go. That'll double it up if I turn the sound up. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So, since I'm feeling like a bit of a slow mover these days, I went ahead and put the line on some of these. So, this one is Mandy and Lavender together. So this one's pretty much done. I'm just going to sign this, I guess, and call it good because this one was black and white. So, thank you, Charles. I guess if for some reason people don't want me to sign these, they should probably tell me beforehand because now it's too late. It's happening. All right, there we go. One down, two to go. It's going to be a real short stream. I'm kidding, it's not. All right, next up we have Mandy in her Curline form. This is where we left off, burying Grimm in a pile of dirt. And I went ahead and put the line on that as well. I also chose my Billy and Mandy colors on this page here. And I actually marked my markers this time. So that's going to be helpful in the future and right now. All right. First, let's get some hair going. Everybody loves hair. You know what? I gotta look at this again. The Curline design. I can't remember if her face is yellow as well. Let's find out. It would be weird if she just had a human colored face, wouldn't it? Or would it? It might be perfectly normal. You're not 3 minutes late. Well, you're 2 minutes late. You're 2 minutes late. You're doing all right. Oh, my lines are smooth on certain days. Sure. Yeah, Mandy's been a cat before. All right. The cool thing is I don't have the Curline art up, but if I just look up Mandy Curline online, it comes right up. Thank you, Kelsey, for being so prolific. So, hair, as we said. Oh yeah, happy Mother's Day, everybody. To every mother out there and everyone who has a mom, which is probably most of you. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to getting a proper setup for this stuff. Right now I'm at the, I guess, dining table. And this house is very dimly lit because my wife hates bright lights. And, you know, I get it. I am also a semi-vampire, but sometimes you need lights. She took a trip to El Salvador to see her extended family, and she's doing a literary podcast. I think you can find a link to that on my page as well, where she discusses books for anyone who reads. They're doing Wuthering Heights right now. I've learned so much about Wuthering Heights. But she took the microphone and the light with her, so I have this whole bizarre setup going on right now. These are all Prismacolor markers. They're my favorite marker. I'm not endorsed by Prismacolor, or anyone really, so use whatever you want. I've been saying for years that you know, Billy and Mandy belong to the people now. They really kind of don't. I guess they still belong to Cartoon Network or Warner Brothers or Paramount or whoever currently owns the IP. But you know what I mean. Like, as far as spiritual successors go, I love stuff like this because, you know, you guys can kind of take ownership with of the characters and do your own thing. I'm a little scared that the black line's going to bleed, but these, again, are Prismacolors over Sharpie, so they really shouldn't. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. This is the stuff that I bring with me to conventions. There really haven't been any conventions this year, and you know, it's been a slow year for conventions, and really for everything. But I should be used to drawing with these enough that I know they're not going to bleed everywhere. All right, paw color. Did I grab a paw color? This is Mandy's skin. Just do that now. I still remember when I saw Billy and Mandy. Did we destroy the universe again? Everything is too expensive. Yes. I'm actually a little bit worried about these markers because I've been using them for a while at the conventions, and when they run out, it's going to be rough getting Prismacolors here in Costa Rica. I've got some emergency backup markers that I think are going to be okay, but I should probably think ahead and just get a couple of boxes. these bleeding? Don't bleed. Yeah, I guess I got to be more aware of the time it takes to do things and the complexity next time around. Maybe just 2 commissions per session, or depending on complexity, 3. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Nobody wants to come back for multiple streams, right? What are you people doing here? Oh yeah, Mandy's smiling. That will end the universe. But she ends the universe all the time. This is a Curline Mandy, so this is her true form, which is constantly ending universes. All right. Let's get the big bucket of colors out here. See if we can get a good paw pink, which is also, yeah, that's the one. Tongue pink, same color. Ooh. Yeah, there's got to be a better way to set up this camera so my head's not constantly bashing into it. Time will tell. Multiple streams. Don't cross the streams. You know I'm doing a fancy Mandy when I give her the shine on the headband. That's like, you know, the show never had the shine on the headband, but like the fancy art, like DVD covers and stuff. That's where you get the shine. Shiny shine times. My dog's outside right now. I can hear her. She's having, I think she might be in heat. I don't know. This is a dog that came with the house. She's very sweet, very dumb, never been spayed, but she's like technically way too old to have puppies, so hopefully she's doing all right out there. Dirty brown. How's everybody doing tonight? Did you all have a good Mother's Day? My mother is in Arizona right now. I hope she had a happy Mother's Day. I did call her. But in case she's watching this, happy Mother's Day. I can't imagine she would stay tuned in for very long without the music. Yeah, the dog was born on this property, so, you know, I wouldn't have left her probably, but I kind of get it. I think, you know, she was sort of raised as a guard dog. She's probably a terrible guard dog. She's one of the sweetest dogs I've ever known. We actually thought she was killing birds when we first moved in, and we were really hesitant to introduce her to the cats because we just kept finding these dead birds next to her bed. But I think what was happening was the birds were hitting the windows when they were learning to fly, and they died, and she was just carrying them to her bedside to, I guess, see if they got better or nurse them back to health. I have no idea, but she's definitely not aggressive to anyone or anything, pretty much. Did Billy and Mandy have a CGI budget? No. CGI was so new when we started that there was really no such thing as a CGI budget. One of the very first CGI TV shows that I can remember, well, you know, there's Reboot and stuff like that, but while I was working was Fanboy and Chum Chum, which was made by Eric Robles, who worked on Billy and Mandy, the character designer. So that was like, you know, blazing new ground for him. It was very, very rare that we would have any sort of CGI on Billy and Mandy. Evil Concarne had more of it because there was more, you know, technical machinery and robots and war machines and stuff. So every now and then we do it with that. Big Boogie Adventure, we did have some CG. We did, I think there was the pirate ship, a couple other small things, but there was really no extra budget for it, so we just had to find ways to make that work within whatever project we were doing. Robles right now is doing some sort of Stranger Things animation. I haven't actually seen it yet, but the stills look really cool. Probably try and get him on Billy and Mandy versus the entertainment industry at some point. Alright, that's it for dirt. No more dirt. Sometimes I do like to give a little bit of a hint of some sort of background. Not really a background, but just a tone to separate things from the white of the page. Let's see what we got here. Too dark. Trying to go real subtle here. Perhaps a lavender. Looking at you, Charles. Maybe this one. I've got like the big box of Prismacolors here, but I feel like I need the big box. Ooh, you hear that? She's howling. Something's going on out there. Full moon? Maybe. Yeah, let's do blue. That's spooky. Enjoy the silence while you can. I could start screaming madly at any moment. I would love to go to your Dunkin' Donuts and see Mandy. You know, for a very long time, I did not want to go and do more Billy and Mandy because I felt like, you know, I had said what I had to say, but after you sit with something for a while, you come up with new ideas. And, Billy and Mandy has always been satire, and so much time has passed, and there's so much other stuff to make fun of these days that I never got a chance to. That, yeah, I would love to come back and do more. How that would happen and where that would happen, I have no idea. Cartoon Network is kind of just gone now. The actual studio building is gone. It's just sort of a subdivision of Warner Brothers, which is a subdivision of Paramount. So it seems very unlikely. If you want music, you can always hum to yourselves. Or I guess you could actually just put on music. That would be cool. I also lost my ear pods, which is a common thing. I don't know where they went. I don't know how I lost them because I really haven't moved anything since I last did this. So they should just be sitting here. But they're not. Yeah, indie studios. I am interested. I am curious. There's actually some interesting stuff going on for me right now. And if it gets more interesting, I'll certainly let you know. But even if something really interesting happened with an indie studio, it's not going to be almost certainly Billy and Mandy related. Just because that is an IP owned by the conglomerate. Oh my goodness! Somebody shot $5 at me. Thank you, the Mimic Box. I'm curious, how do you visualize your designs, either internally or with references? I have bad visualization despite good ideas. Nothing ever really turns out the way I guess you imagine it will, or I imagine it will. I kind of do the best I can, but a lot of it's just working it out on the page. I was thinking about this today because I was thinking about Dead Meat and actually coming up with kind of a plan to release that in a way. I think it's just going to be sort of a script reading with occasional visuals of different types. But I was thinking about, when I was storyboarding that, and, it's live action, so it's a little bit different, but you gotta kind of just do the best you can to get as close as you can to what you want, with some thumbnails or whatever. And then when the moment comes to shoot something or draw something, like, you're gonna have to make some compromises because, at least for me, nothing directly translates from my brain to the page. So you're gonna have to, move the camera a bit, or redraw something 100 times until you get what you want. I hope that answered the question. Oh, I will, Kelsey. I'm excited to read that thing. And thank you so much for the... what are these called even? This is so new to me. Is this the super like? The super chat? It's a super something. It's teal, which is probably my favorite color. So thank you. Thank you for tealing me. What is the inspiration behind Hostelgado? He is uh, sort of a collaboration between myself and the original writer for Billy and Mandy, Gord Zajac. Gord and I, the entire time I was in college, were working on video games together. Um, and we had it never came out. We were working on this project called Captain Adonis, which was very much like an old school King's Quest or Space Quest style adventure game. And the deal with it was this was like proto Flash animation. It wasn't Flash. It was more pixelated and primitive, but it was full screen animation, which at the time you didn't really have. So I spent, 3-4 years of my life just night after night animating Captain Adonis and his dog, whose name I can't remember right now, and everything that would happen when you made a choice. You get an animation. Other games like that would be like Full Throttle, that kind of thing. All very old games now. And certainly full screen animation is no longer a big deal. But what was the question? What was the question? Oh no, we got another one. Oh yeah, inspiration behind Hostel Gata. So to wrap this up real quick, yeah, so we both loved Evil Dead. We both loved Snake Plissken, so he's sort of a combination of, Ash Williams and Snake Plissken. He's just kind of your basic 1980s badass hero guy. And as time went on, he just sort of got more and more strange and, he's definitely seen too much. He's fought too many monsters. By the time you get to Underfist, his hair's going white because he's so, damaged by the psychology of fighting weird monsters. He's lost his hand, he loses a leg, and as time went on, if Underfist had happened, my hope was to just get as weird with that as I could. Definitely Diedrich Bader, the voice of Hostel Gato, added a lot to that character, so I'm very appreciative to him. All right, Kelsey. Well, actually, let's. How much time we got? We're half an hour in. Oh my gosh, what are we even doing? All right, real quick, we're just going to add a little bit of shading on this because I want to. Okay, let me make sure I'm not missing too many more of these teals. Did you know that Grimm used to call very bony puro hueso in the Spanish dub? Yes, I did. I did know that. I've had a chance to listen to some of the dubs from different countries, and yeah, the Spanish dub is fantastic. Actually, most of the ones I've listened to, I've been really impressed with. There's the one from India is great too. I can't remember the name of the show there, but something Ihadi, I think. But another great cast. Oh, okay. I'm learning about super chats. Thank you very much, Roland. And thank you, Tom. Tom LOLXD for the $5, and you as well. The Dr. Fire Esquire. Ooh, nice name. I imagine you're familiar with Richard Horowitz's Moxie from Hell of a Boss. If you are, how would Billy and Moxie interact face to face? I actually feel like Moxie would be very annoyed by Billy. I had a chance to work on a couple of Hell of the Boss episodes. I'm in a few of the real early ones, first, second season. There's a... I'm the mascot, or at least the demon that works as the mascot in Lululand, the Lulu Apple, and I'm the screaming, insane cannibal dad from the cannibal family that they have to shoot. I think it's like the third episode. But yeah, I feel like that would be a fun episode. It's always fun to get actors to sort of play against themselves, and that was the joy of Irwin's family. Was almost all of Irwin's family was Phil Lamar. So just to have Phil Lamar standing in a booth screaming at himself for half an hour, good stuff. Thank you, Wacky Warden. Hey Maxwell, your cartoons were violent, gross, mean, crass, scary, and flat out indecent. I just wanted to thank you deeply for that. Well, thank you for thanking me. I did what I could. If Cartoon Network saw this, I would, if they still existed, I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, you're probably right. Thank you, Fringe on Florpus. Hey, Florpus. I would like to say amazing work first, but I'm a writer almost 10 years plus, and I would like to ask you where's the best place to get your name out there and to share your works? That's a very good question. And like what I usually tell people these days is you just gotta do stuff. It's Hell of a Boss, Has Been Hotel, all that stuff. Just now it's all online. It's like I was saying on the last stream, like it feels almost like you don't even need the studios anymore. And I think they kind of know it. So if you just put yourself out there, I think you have to kind of let the audience find you, and it is like a pain in the butt because you not only have to write or do art or whatever, but you also have to market yourself and take care of all the bits and bobs. Like there's really no one to help you unless you can find someone to help you. You know what I mean? That was another very difficult thing about Dead Meat is I didn't want to just use people, not use people. That probably sounds. I mean, I don't want to use people, but I don't want people to not be paid for their work. So I wanted to pay people, but at a certain point, it's difficult because you're just a person. You're not a corporation. So you gotta find a way to make it happen. Hopefully that's helpful. Yeah, normally I do the gray first if I'm going to go over something with a gray marker for shading. But it's all the same. It all works out. The Prismacolors, who I am not officially endorsing. So again, use what you want. I don't even know if that's really showing up for you guys. The lighting in here is not great, so apologies. I was just thinking back to Evil Con Carne, which was the last, I guess 4 half hours, whatever it was we did. Was the only thing I've ever done. That's not true. But it was the first time that I, had an official, shading going on. So the shading, I guess default was always coming from the upper left, and I realized I'm doing that again. It's my natural go-to now. The sun is somewhere over here. It's a beautiful sunny day for Curlines. All right, just make sure I'm not missing nothing. Am I missing nothing? Oh, I'm missing stuff. Oh, thank you, Darth Khan. What a name. Thanks for all the laughs now from your work. Some of my favorite jokes were from each post-credit scene. I'd always be disappointed whenever they cut those out or cut to commercials on reruns. Yeah, me too. Yeah, that was annoying. There were so many annoying things that they did with the formatting and the commercial breaks. Like I remember they used to play Cartoon Network all day at the studio, of course, and sometimes you'd see the show on TV as you're microwaving your burrito, and just like in the middle of somebody's line, it would cut to commercial, and I'd be like, "What the?" Makes no sense. But yeah, it was never worse than at Disney, where we actually came up with an entire for the show Fish Hooks. There was need a darker marker for this. Um, we came up with this whole like post-credit thing that was sort of based off Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets, which is still in the show. It's the mouse and snake thing. So Fish Hooks was about fish that lived in a fish tank in a pet store, and for the end credits, we would always cut to Snake and Mouse, who were, a snake who was in a cage with like the feeder mouse that she's supposed to be eating, but instead they're just friends. And the idea was they're like razzing, the show that just happened and making jokes about, whatever happened in the show. And then we got the first season done, and they were like, "Oh yeah, well, we're not going to do that. We want to be able to air the shows in any order we want to." So there's just a whole bunch of those jokes that don't make any sense at all. There's so many cats on this table staring at me right now. Hopefully they stay away. Stay away. Thank you, Lenore Loudmoon. And you, Reimu Haruke Shrine. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Hey, Mr. Adams, I love Billy and Mandy, and when I was younger, my mom forbade me from watching them because I was too impressionable. LMAO, thanks for that. Well, thank you for watching it anyway. I know the show was, problematic for some moms, and I get it. I get it. And I can't say that I didn't, once I found out that it was troublesome for some moms, I can't say that I didn't lean into that. So some of that's on me for sure. Do I regret it? Nah, I'm all right. I don't think we did anything too terrible, did we? Did we? Puro hueso. I am learning Spanish, so I have stilted conversations in Spanish all the time now. I started learning in high school, and I should have kept it up, but I let it lapse for many years. All right, I think we're good on this one. You good with this, Kelsey? I hope so. I'm going to sign it now. Let's sign it Curlines Forever. let me make sure. Should have done this before that I didn't screw this up. Yeah, that's plenty of room. Good. Good. I'm going to have to cut these papers down. All right, there you go, people. Cur lines. Mandy's true form. All right, now we move on to our final piece for the evening. This one's, as always, gonna do my head in. We got a background to do, got a lot of colors, a lot of reference to look at. Oop, I've somehow slipped in the chat. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, thank you, Dirty Z914. Hey Maxwell, what were the cartoons and other media that inspired you most in your career? I mean, really, I feel like I'm constantly absorbing, and regurgitating media to some degree. But definitely for Billy and Mandy. Billy and Mandy was sort of my homage to sitcoms and to the cartoons I loved the comedy cartoons I loved as a kid. Evil Con Carne was more an homage to the action stuff like the G.I. Joe and Transformers. But Billy and Mandy was very much inspired by Hanna-Barbera and Looney Tunes and old sitcoms I used to watch, like, Leave It to Beaver and the Beverly Hillbillies and all that stuff. As I got older and, definitely before Billy and Mandy started, I got more into all sorts of stuff. Punk rock, medieval alchemy, Lovecraftian horrors. It's all kind of mashed up in there. I was thinking just the other day, there's a lot of Dungeons and Dragons stuff. There's definitely, I don't remember which episode, but there's like one episode that has all of mine and my friends' World of Warcraft characters in it. Hey. Oh, she's back. Ouch. That was painful. Freya's back, everybody. Who knows how long she'll stay. All right, let me pull up some reference here. Who are we going to start with? Indrakale, who is the two-sided alien. And I was just going to do one side. I feel like he's in a pleasant mood, so I was just going to do the green side. But I think it's so fun that he's got two sides that I definitely want to do two sides. So I think I'm going to do that. Thank you, Darth Khan, again. There's a funny YouTube video where Grim and Billy confront the sound system promo at the movies. I gotta check that out. I've never seen that. What do you mean, confront the sound system? Like they take issue with the sound system? Like they're yelling at it? Are they watching an Exploding Penguins movie? I gotta know more. And thank you, Ostrosis. Hello, Maxwell. Thank you for everything you have done. Billy and Mandy is a big part of who I am. Your cartoon has contributed to my goofy personality. Well, just so you know, I am not legally liable. That's Cartoon Network's fault. You take it up with them. Thank you, Mimic Box. Do you read and write a lot? Does it aid your process? I wish I read and wrote more, honestly, but yeah, I try to. I definitely don't read as much as I did. I think the pandemic knocked some of it out of me, but I've been moving kind of for the last 2 years, so that's taken up a lot of time. I do have Stephen King's book. I can't remember. It's the date. It's like the date JFK was shot. That's like sitting next to my bed. I haven't touched it. And also I'm learning Spanish, so that takes up a lot of time. But Definitely reading and writing both definitely help the process a lot, and I guess board writing is still writing, so I still do a fair amount of board slash comic writing right now, even if the comic really hasn't gone anywhere yet. Thank you, Zyme Mythology. You brought so much joy to my life. I just want to personally say thank you. Well, thank you back. What advice would you give to someone who wants to be a showrunner who already works on original projects? I mean, it sounds like you're already doing it. In which case, I don't know. I always feel like the important thing, like the really sort of core important things, uh, to me, we're realizing that each step in the process, like really your job is to make whatever your job is to make the next person who's going to receive the work, like your job is to make that as easy as possible for them. So if you're a character designer, you're trying to make it easier for the overseas studio to draw the characters. If you're doing a board, you want to make it easier for the character designer to know what you're intending and to come up with good designs. As a showrunner, it's kind of like the buck stops here with you, and you need to take kind of all of that into account. And really at that point, it's about managing the people. So surround yourself, I guess, with as many good people as you can, people who you like and who you can trust, and that in itself is a challenge. So I wish you luck. All right, thank you, L Talk Stuff. Dear Mr. Adams, when are you going to get a PayPal because your payment options are not available in my country? I have a PayPal. I actually need to update my site with that, so I'm going to do that. Thank you so much for reminding me. I got to get on that. All right, I got to color this thing a little bit. All right, right. Endracale, hoping I'm spelling the name correctly. I had a purple marker explode on me earlier, so I'm a little wary of the purples. They can't all be explosive, right? Nah. Some of these got to be all right. That looks pretty good. A little dark. A little red. Oh, that was the exploded one. Avoid that one, I guess. Ugh. There's an ant on my page. It's kind of a bluey blue. You know what I'm going to do here, actually, is I'm going to do my grays first. Seems like the smart thing to do. That's a blue. Don't use that. All right, cool gray 40. It's pretty dark. It's the 10. Do I have anything in between? $20. There we go. That's the one I want. Okay. I got purple on my fingers. Gotta make sure that does not transfer over. That would suck. Yeah, I would like to, Scoopy Poopy, I would like to get Craig Lewis or Nina on there as well. I want to get Gord Zajac, our very first writer, on there. I haven't talked to him in 20 years. I know he works for Teletoon in Canada, or at least did years ago. All right, this time the sun's going to be over here somewhere. Alright, I probably don't need to go too crazy on the shading with the hair because I know the hair is very dark. This will not show up. Let me check this guy out. Oh yeah, that's real dark. It's professional grade dark. Oh, nice Austin Davis tunes. I have some of those myself. Yeah, it took them long enough to get the Funko Pops out. But, you know, I'm not complaining. I enjoy me a good Funko Pop. Okay, some of this stuff I'm gonna need to do a little bit darker. The clothing. Oh, thank you, Grim H5W6G. Billy and Mandy was my favorite show growing up. Thank you for making this hilariously dark show. What's the best way for people to send you fan art? I hadn't really thought about it, but I guess probably just go to my web store where you'll find an email address that people usually use to send me commission requests. And if you send it there, I'll definitely find it. Yeah, I love getting fan art, especially at conventions, because people usually give me, you know, something physical, and I've got a whole box of that stuff somewhere. It's troublesome finding anything in this house recently since I just moved here, but we're getting it sorted. I think I've got an 80% gray. Whoop. Somewhere. Where are you, 80% gray? Speaking of 80% gray, 70%, that'll do. Eventually I'm going to get Gray Delisle, Greg Eagles, and Richard Horvitz on the Billy and Mandy versus the entertainment industry. I'd love to do it in person. We do end up not infrequently at conventions together, so that'd be fun. But usually after a day of convention, like, nobody wants to sit down and do a whole interview thing, so I'll have to figure it out. Hasn't even been an hour yet. We're doing all right. in here. It'll be interesting to see what people think of this versus the digital stream on Thursday. I feel like I use very similar methods to color things, but it's digital, so it's different. Hey, thank you, Craig from Craigslist. Thank you for showing up. Yeah, there's a lot of Billy and Mandy people in various video games. I was big into XCOM 2 for a long time, and Greg Eagles is in there, I believe. Gotta get better lights in here. I'm going blind. Okay, this guy. This guy. I'm not used to the dog howling this much. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's unusual behavior. Where are you, percentage? What is this marker? Okay, there we go, 20. The tail. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way that I can share the reference art with you guys at the same time as I'm doing this, so you can see what's up, see if I'm screwing it up or not. You know what, Kelsey? I also wish my brain didn't hyperfocus on areas that don't make any sense. That's half my day. Easy. All right. Face is pretty light. Stick to this one. Canonically, these guys are aliens. I want to know what planet they're from. There is something very Star Warsy about some of their appendages. I'm a little afraid of spilling my ginger ale, and if my wife were here, she'd be like, "Don't bring that into the world. Don't bring that idea into the world. Don't manifest it." But I feel like by mentioning it, I'm helping it not to happen. I don't know if that's how it works, but we can hope. I thought about doing a Discord. Life goes on, and why not? Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I do a Discord? If you've got a good reason, please let me know. I'm looking for excuses not to do a Discord. Sometimes you forget a line. You got to add it back in. I have a funny feeling that once again I'm going to be going overtime on this. We'll see. Yeah, there's a lot of good blacks on these guys, so I'm going to bring those in real soon here. But let's maybe address some of the background. Weirdly, the delay seems much less today than it did on Thursday. On my end, I feel like I'm getting almost real-time video feedback. Dr. Malik 3. Hey, I was wondering if technically you could answer the question about Billy and Mandy characters or even the show in general in hypotheticals. If though, hypothetically, what is Scar's favorite plant? What did he used to say? He did have a favorite, I think. It wasn't magnolias. What was it? My purple pansies. That's what it was. He loved the purple pansies. That was actually one of my mom's go-to plants when I was growing up. I tried growing some of them in LA. It didn't go too well. The thing that always kind of scares me about doing marker work is, you know, if you screw it up, there's really no unscrewing it up. We can't all be Bruce Timm. Man, that guy's good with markers. Grimm did stop caring 5 episodes ago. I would love to do any new Billy and Mandy content, regardless of length, but I'm not allowed. I don't want to get sued. But yeah, I probably should be doing shorts for my channel in general. I just haven't quite gotten around to it yet. Sort of hard to see through the paper. It's thick paper. Oh no, I've only got 2 hours left to do my Duolingo. I'll get around to it. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, Duo. Uh-oh. Smoogies. Alright, I think we're getting to the point where we can throw in some blacks, do some color. Giants, Billy and Mandy All Out Attack. That was written by Jeff Prezenkowski, who was actually an executive at Cartoon Network at the time, and I was always sort of wary of letting executives write things, but I was friends with Jeff, and we both really loved Godzilla, so that was kind of the origin of that. Both big kaiju fans. Like Jacked Up Halloween, Mandy the Merciless, or even 5 O'Clock Shadows. I missed the beginning of that one. Hang on, I'm going to actually put the dog inside, get myself a tiny bit more ginger ale, and I will be right back after I knock the power cord out of my computer. Plug that back in. It's a mess of cables in here, folks. I'll be right back. Yeah, who knows where that dog is right now. She's out doing her own thing. I would be more worried, but she can definitely take care of herself. She's lived on this property for, I guess, 9 years, and in the first couple of weeks we were here, she just showed up on the other side of the fence. Like she got out and just showed up with the cows on the other side of this chain link fence. And I was like, oh no, how do we get her back? And we couldn't figure out how to get her back through. There's like a chain between the fence gate and the next property. I didn't have the key. So we dug out a bunch of boulders and like basically dug her under the fence to get her back through. Turns out she can get out anytime she wants to. And she frequently does. But she'll be all right. No, there's no highway nearby, thankfully. If she's anywhere, she's hanging out with the cows next door. Okay. Color time. Let's get to it. Thankfully, these guys have a fairly simple color scheme. I think I pulled a purple out for this guy already. Here we go. No, that's not it. What is this? 50% warm gray. Boo! Nobody wants you. It's closer. That might be all right. Okay, these are looking all right. Okay. Get one for the eyes too while we're here. Nice. My brain did not create these crazy characters. These were created by Tristan9, who is welcome to post their art in the comments if they can. Unfortunately, the way I have things set up, I can't really share it, but these are not my original characters. These are commissioned characters. That was a little bit of a screw up. This was the flesh tone. I'm worried this is a little too dark. I think it's going to dry a little lighter. Yeah, this coming Thursday is another live stream drawing, but that's a digital one. I think I've only got a couple of commissions lined up for that, so if there's more time, I'm hoping to get to a little bit of the Upward Expedition comic and or the video game that I'm working on. I'm actually talking to James, who's the guy that I'm working on the video game with right now. Monday? Are we talking Monday? I better remember. Yeah, I think it's Monday, but I'll get you guys information on that too, if you'd like. Yeah, Tristanine has some pretty detailed artwork for these guys. There's a picture of this guy with his chest busted open and his glowing blue heart and his weird purple blood. It's pretty crazy. Hey, Pie Guy! I'm also talking to Pie Guy real soon. Like, real soon. We gotta figure that out too. How that's gonna go down. But I will get you guys information. Or maybe Pie Guy will just give you guys information right now. Did I lose my chat somehow? Where'd you go? What a time to lose the chat. I clicked the wrong thing. I'm gonna have to get it back. Alright, just reload this page. There we go. I like pie. Alright, who am I drawing? Who am I coloring? Alright, we gotta get a deeper purple. Alright, I think this is the clothing color I chose. Ay, Chihuahua, we're getting leaks again. These poor markers. Thankfully, these are just sticky leaks and not leaky leaks. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to do a little bit of colored pencil at the very end of this thing just to pull some of these very lighter colors, patterns out. Did I choose the wrong one? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what this device is, the make market thing. I don't think it's supposed to be used as like a light box, but it's super thin and it's USB, so it's very convenient. Yeah, Phil Lamar is awesome. Uh, I haven't actually seen him for a few years now. We ran into each other at San Diego Comic-Con maybe 3 years ago. Okay. All right, got a little bit of blue. Then we need a real dark purple. Not dark enough. I'm not even sure we have a purple that dark. But we do have the old Cool Gray 70. Thank you, Insidious849. Yeah, it would have been fun, Creative Doof, to have a Courage crossover. Yeah, Courage wasn't made in the studio building, so we just never met and talked about it, but it would have been fun, for sure. I actually almost directed the Courage Scooby-Doo DVD that Warner Brothers did, the crossover, but the creator didn't actually want to have that made. He was like, "No, don't do it." As far as I understood, so I was like, "Well, if he doesn't want to do it, then I don't want to do it." And I was like, why don't you just make a Billy and Mandy Scooby-Doo crossover?" And they were like, "Nah, it's too cartoony." I don't know how it's any more cartoony than Courage, really, but that's where we landed. I have serious doubts that I'm going to get this done before I run out of time tonight again. Um, but if I don't, I'll just finish it tomorrow, and I'll share the finished image on the next live stream so people can see how it came out. I think I'll get the characters done probably, but probably not the background. And these are pretty much just black, the eyelids. It's kind of got a blue glow inside the mouth. Kind of reminds me during the pandemic, I was painting Warhammer figures. One of the character designers on Billy and Mandy, Phil Rinda, who became a Netflix executive, eventually he got me into painting Warhammer figures. We were going to play, but we never did. But there's something very soothing about just analog art. Yeah, I don't know if Billy and Mandy is actually on Tubi yet. I think it's only Evil Con Carne right now. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's out quite yet. All right, he's got a bunch of patterns on his clothes. We'll deal with that later. Back to this fellow. Thankfully, these guys share a lot of similar colors, so I may be able to pull some more the same markers. Okay, gotta. What to do with my test page? Keep throwing it on the floor like a fool. Alright, we need a tealy green. I think I got it first try. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna make this guy. This guy has, again, I don't know if the art ever came up for you guys, but he's got a purple half and a green half. We're gonna do both. Although it is pretty bonkers. It might drive me insane. We'll see. It's always interesting drawing other people's characters. I feel like it takes you a while to get everything down. If I did this like 20, 30 times, I'm sure I'd probably be pretty great with it. All right, I'm glad you've got a Google Drive with Billy and Mandy and Evil Incarnate on it. You know there aren't any DVDs, so take what you can get. There was for Underfist, if it had happened, like I don't know if you remember the sort of promos at the end of the first episode, the only episode. But one of them was Return of the Spider Queen, I think, or something like that. And some of those were kind of jokes, but that might have actually happened. That one. Definitely, I had thought of stories for the dinosaur one and the Astro Vampires one. Beyond that, it was up in the air. Yeah, the lights are so kind of bright that they're washing out the picture on screen, but the colors are actually a little more intense than they seem. Oh, thank you, T-Talk Stuff. I'm going to get you to draw my OCs or characters I like. Oh, also PayPal automatically converts different currency to dollars. I do have a PayPal. Yeah, I gotta get that info up on my store like tomorrow because people do keep asking for PayPal. Don't talk about Trikey. Okay, yeah, it's a full-on full split, including the hands and feet. Purple side gets purple toes. Tail stripes. I just got a weird feeling like I was being watched. And I guess you guys are watching me, so that's valid. Okay. This guy's fur is very, very dark. Should we just do black? I'm gonna do pure black back here and here. All right, we need like super dark gray. There we go. 90%. It doesn't get any darker than that. I mean, it does, but I feel like I still want a little bit of the purple to come through. "10 minutes to go." What's that about? I'm not even gonna get these characters done. I might go a little bit into overtime, see if I can at least get the basics down. This one killed me. It killed me. That's okay. I have been yapping quite a bit. How did I make the credit sequence for the show with the green slime on the red smoky background? It's a very good question. We didn't have any budget for our titles at all. Like, I'm not joking, $0 were allotted to those titles. So those were all done by myself and my friend Spencer. We animated the characters in Flash, and then are these the opening credits you're talking about, or the ending credits? I guess they used the same elements, but one weekend I had my friends come over. I was living in a house with 2 roommates in Burbank at the time, and we got a bunch of tempera paint, and we just dipped brushes in the paint and threw it at a whiteboard. And that's where the sort of paint splatter transitions come from. And the smokiness comes from filming into a bong, believe it or not. So there you go. Even Cartoon Network didn't know about that, so you guys are the only people in the world who know now. I'm sure nobody else will ever know. It's what happens when you stick around for overtime. You get the real dirt. I kind of can't believe this is taking me this long, but I kind of can. I'm going to leave this guy's pupils white for now. Oops, we didn't even do this guy's hair. 26 of 2 down, 1 to go. Alright, she's got very light white skin. She does have nearly pure black going on in some spots, so oof. Thank you, Walter MB. My sound design teacher in film school worked on Billy and Mandy. Oh, he said most, if not all, the fart effects were recorded by the sound guys for real, farting into mics. Is this true, and did you know this? Yeah, that's true, actually. Who was your sound teacher? I gotta know. But yeah, that's absolutely true. There was specifically one guy, as far as I know, who, you know, he really did it. Hey Emily, I don't know. It's super hard for me to pick a favorite. I mean, I've always said that Grim, Billy, and Mandy are sort of different aspects of myself. Uh, Man, every time I look at the lighting on this camera here, it is not fantastic on screen. But next time, hopefully, I'll have better lighting. But yeah, you know, Grim, Billy, Mandy, I guess are my favorite. I don't know. There's so many fun side characters, which is why they came back so many times. Your Hostelgatos, your heiresses, Irwin, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of them that I really enjoyed. Dracula. I mean, he was not the designated fart into mic guy. He was the volunteer fart into mic guy. It's a big difference. Favorite episodes. I'm kind of the same way with that. There's definitely episodes. I have an easier time picking the episodes I don't like than the ones I do, but I mean, of the ones that I storyboarded, which were very few, I often say Ecto Cooler, just because uh, in college I was into romantic poetry and Lord Byron, and at one point Carl Greenblatt was like, "Hey, did you know Nickelodeon is making a show about the Bronte sisters?" And I was like, "Are you joking?" And so I don't know whatever happened to that, if they really were or weren't, but I was like, I'm gonna beat him to the punch and get Lord Byron in there in an episode. So I love that it's got real quotes from Lord Byron, and it's got his club foot, and it's just such a weird, dumb episode. It's a lot of fun. Is it my favorite of all time? Probably not. There's so many that other people did. Keeper of the Reaper, Nursery Crimes, so many. Yeah, I don't know. I have a really hard time picking favorite anything, honestly. Like if you ask me what my favorite movie is, it'll be different tomorrow than it was today. All right, let's get some color on this lady. Too blue. All right, that's the one. Keep leaning on this button. All right. Oh, well, we're officially 10 minutes into overtime, so thanks for sticking around, guys. It'll be interesting to see in a few months if I get any better at this. Just knowing the timing and what I need and all that business. Definitely underestimated the amount of time this one was going to take. That's right, Kelsey. Are you guys talking about Billy and Mandy Destroy Us All? Yeah, that would have been a lot of fun. I'll have to find some way to share some piece of that someday. Very difficult. I can't even really do like I'd be like, yeah, I'll just post the script up, but since it's a musical, it's a weird read. But you know, maybe that's the only way to do it. Hey, Video James. I'm looking forward to talking to you tomorrow around about this time. Tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. Tomorrow's Monday. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, that having the even having the cast do the read would be kind of strange, just because being a musical with no music, like what do you sing to? You know, I don't know. I don't know how you get over that hump. Oh, hey, thanks, Luminated. Hi, Max, fellow artist and fan here. I've been working on 100 plus character projects since last year. Something you've done work on is involved. How mysterious. Can you say more? I'm curious. How long does an NDA from Cartoon Network last? I don't know. I don't even know that I'm really under an NDA. It's more just if I try to produce something myself, I'm going to get cease and desist letters and etc. etc. Thank you, Kelsey. Would the script of Destroy Us All have been altered if Mandy's true Curline form was featured instead? Um, well, this I wrote this way back before even Multiverse of Madness came out, but it is a multiverse story. And knowing what I know now, it sure would have been fun to get a Curline or several Curlines in there, for sure. These days, I definitely would. All right, this is going to need a passive colored pencil at the very end. All right, I hear the dog, so I'm going to go grab her while she's inside. One moment. I'll be right back. Sochi. Yeah, Sochi's a Doberman, very big sweet, dumb Doberman. And sometimes she'll punch you in the crotch, and you'll definitely feel it if she does. No meat bags. I wish cheeseburger were coming out for a variety of reasons, but I don't think it's going to happen. Craig and I didn't talk that much about it actually, but it would have been fun. I think we just had like one, maybe two phone conversations about it way back when. That was like right before Cartoon Network switched over to live action. So much stuff died when that happened. Potentially fun stuff. I had two series in development when that all went down. One was Under Fist, and I'm actually having a hard time remembering what the other one was. I keep thinking it's the Space Bounty Hunter one, but that was Disney. Definitely going to need some colored pencils in here to help separate some of this stuff. Very deep blue. Wait, Billy's jeans, somewhere back here. Yeah, that's Billy's jeans, but it's not dark enough. Better. Yeah, that's the trouble with digital art sometimes, is you get used to infinite colors. Okay. Oof. Not what that looked like. Oh, these are metallic. I don't want these. Okay. Hey, Tristanine, are you out there? You still awake? What are all you people doing awake? What are you people doing? Are you all living in New Zealand like James? Two-tailed sponge. I have drawn a caricature of myself for the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Most notably, Jeff the Spider. But also the guy who gets erased during the Halls of Time episode. Our storyboard artist put it in. And I'm kind of against self-inserts, but he made me laugh, so we did it. I'm trying to let you live your lives. All right. I don't know if Tristanine's out there or not. I haven't seen anything, but I think it's. I think I'm gonna have to probably finish this one off camera and or push it to yet another session. I am sad that the color is so funny on the camera here. I guess it's this webcam and the weird lighting situation I have, but it's not helping. Oh, hey, there you are. What do you think? Are you cool if I finish this off camera, or do you want to push it off to another session? No regrets. No regrets, Emily. Thank you, Luis Miguel. I know all of your music. Well, not all of it, but the big ones. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll let me see what I need to do to wrap this up. If there's anything I want to do tonight, yeah, I gotta get her mouth done. Oh my gosh, I swear this dog is in heat. I guess she is. She does not normally behave like this. Okay. Okay, well, we got the basic colors blocked in. That's something. Um, yeah, all right. I'll figure out another time to continue this one. Maybe I got to do 2 of these a week. I don't know. It's starting to seem that way. Have I ever called Richard Horvitz's dad as a joke? I don't even know his dad. I'm kidding. I do know his son though. The weird thing is, I took an improv class, like I guess it's got to be like 7 years ago now. My ex-girlfriend was an actor, and she would convince me to take an improv class. And since I don't like performing in front of people, I was like, well, this will be good for me. And we were at the first class, sitting down, just hanging out, and outside the window, I see this like, young guy in like a leather jacket, and I want to say he was smoking a cigarette. I don't know that he was. Maybe he was, but that was the vibe. He was just like pacing around, and I was like, oh, that guy's too cool for me. And we got into the class, and it turned out he was pretty funny, and I was like, oh man, he's funny too. And by the end of the class, you don't really get to know people because you're just doing improv, and then you go home. But we were all like, yeah, we should all get together for lunch after the final class and just hang out. So we all did that, and I ended up sitting next to the guy, and he was like, hey, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I work in TV animation. He's like, oh, my dad works in TV animation. And I was like, oh, yeah, really? I know a lot of people. He's like, you probably wouldn't know him. He's a voice actor. And I was like, I know a lot of voice actors. He's like, well, have you ever heard of Invader Zim or The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy? And I was like, I held you on my lap when you were a baby. And weirdly, that guy is now my manager. So there you go. Thank you, Skabusta 8799. Thank you. I hope that you join me for more streams, and the rest of us who will obviously be here as well. Yeah, it turns out the later you stay, the more fun stories you get, I guess. Yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put this away for a while. Come up with another time to do some analog streams. Hopefully get a better lighting and sound setup, and we'll see what happens. Hey, thank you, Reimu Hakure Shrine. Mr. Adams, have you heard of the boards of Canada? Like the film board of Canada? Or just like the wooden board of Canada? Either way, I've heard of it, yes. Do I still have any of the dead meat props I made? I've got one axe I made out of bicycle gears that I think is pretty cool, but most of the stuff is gone now. I actually today was thinking I'm gonna do something with it. We'll see what that is. All right. Well, stop having bummers of a week. The week is just starting. Let's all have a decent week, shall we? And hopefully I'll see everybody on Thursday. Thursday we've got the digital stream, talking to Pie Guy, talking to Video James. Yeah. See you tomorrow. All right, everybody. I'm going to sign off, and I love you all. Why won't you love me? Okay. I'm going to have another awkward